Did I turn a profit buying and selling a junk wax collection? Let's review. Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. So back in September-ish, I bought a collection from a subscriber of the channel. Charlie, super nice guy, reached out to me via email and said he had 60 PSA slabs that he wanted to sell. He gave me a list of all of them, what the grades were, the cards, all were PSA slabs, and he even sent me some pictures, and he wanted me to buy them from him and wanted me to offer him a fair price. So I comped every single one of them based on recent eBay comps, and it's tough because these were like PSA 5 Darryl Strawberry rookie and PSA 6 Wade Boggs rookie, and they were all except for 2 or 3 were in the 80s, the other 2 or 3 were in the late 70s. All were either Hall of Famers or superstars from that era, and all were rookies. And so I felt like I could make a profit on this if I did it right. And so I comped them all out based on eBay recent sales, and a lot of them were single digits, like $7, $5, because you're talking about a Jack Morris rookie PSA 5. And some of them were good, like Ricky Henderson rookie, I don't remember, was it a PSA 6 maybe, which I comped at $60-something. So it depends on the card. Some of them were good. Eddie Murray rookie, Ozzie Smith rookie I think was in there too. And so I comped them all out, and I sent him back my spreadsheet with exactly what I comped them at and said, here's what I think these are worth. Based on this, I believe that this collection I could sell for $716. And that's all the comps added up. Based on that amount, I'm willing to offer $450, which I felt was pretty strong. And he accepted. So I drove up to Augusta, which is about a 45-minute drive from me, and we met. Again, really nice guy, happens to know my in-laws and my wife. My wife rode up with me to say hi, and I bought the collection. And then I got really busy, didn't have a chance to do anything with it, and during that time, I thought about what's the best way to maximize my money. It's certainly not to put it in an eBay store and hope that somebody buys them, because there are millions of them out there. And I wanted to leverage my channel to sell these, and that felt like the best way to me to maximize the money on this. And I've been selling on Whatnot, and I thought, what if I sell on Whatnot? But every time I sell on Whatnot, I start them at 99-cent auctions, and that felt very risky to me. It felt like there were a lot of them that could go for $2 or $3, and I'd end up losing money. So I decided to go in and do a buy it now feature on Whatnot. I think that because I chose buy it now, it made a lot of sense. And so I'd go in and I'd say, okay, this, knowing that people can offer me lower, I bumped them up a little bit, expecting offers for a little bit lower. And in some cases, people bought them at the buy it now, which was great. And they were happy for them. And sometimes they offered me a little bit lower. And ultimately, I made a pretty good profit, I think. And I'm going to go through all the details of that. But the buy it now was the key. And I don't know if that's common on Whatnot. I know that people list cards in their store, but has anybody ever done, well, I'm sure they have, but I thought if I do a live show and do buy it now and just show the card and say, who wants it for $12? And so we did that. And I literally sold all 60 of them in about 50 minutes during my live stream, which was awesome. You guys are very, very supportive, and I appreciate that. And one thing that I think helped was I had decided to give away, in the interim between buying it and the live stream, I decided to give away my PSA 4 Carl Yastrzemski rookie. And I was going to do it on my channel here, but then I thought I could get more eyeballs on my Whatnot sale if I give that away during the Whatnot sale. And so I advertised that, and you can see in the thumbnail for this video the ads. So I did not buy that as part of this. That's just I forgot to take more photos of the collection, and so that was what I was using to entice people to view that video. So let's go through the costs and the profit of this, and you let me know what you think. and then I'll talk about would I do this again. So the costs, the amount that I paid was $450. We already talked about that a little bit. I felt like that was pretty strong based on the fact that these were largely old slabs. They were mid-grade and they were junk wax. And I felt like $450, I could turn a profit on $450. I spent $10 on gas driving up there. So no big deal. I had about $10 worth of supplies that I paid because on eBay you can increase your shipping and handling to cover supplies and have your buyer pay them. On Whatnot you can't, as far as I know. The buyer pays lower shipping cost and you eat the cost of the supplies. So I put about $10. And then I have a $10 Goodwill amount here. I'm not an accountant. I don't really know what Goodwill is, but I made a shipping error and I wanted to fix it. So it cost me $10 to fix the shipping error. I think, you know, brand reputation goes towards Goodwill. And then I had fees of $120. Those are the Whatnot fees that I paid to sell these. So my total costs were about $600. The revenue surprised me. I had quoted $716, but I made $907 from the show itself in 50 minutes. Pretty good. And I'm also using what Neo of Neo Sports Cards calls the cheat code of a YouTuber. I made $40 in revenue from that initial video, from where I described the sale and advertised my Whatnot sale. $40 in revenue. So total revenue of $947. So that $947 minus the $600 in cost comes to a $347 net income. I'm expecting to pay 35% taxes on that. I'm not going to lecture you on paying taxes. That's not my job, not important to me, but I'm prepared to pay taxes. 35% is what I budget for taxes. So 35% of that $347 is $121 in taxes, coming to a total profit of $226. Now, how much time did I spend working on this? I calculate about 4 hours. I'm not including the time I drove up to Augusta because my wife went with me and I consider that time spent with my wife, which is always quality time. I spent time comping it, adding cards into the sale, and during the live stream, which is also a really good time with my subscribers, but I'm counting it as work technically, and then also shipping time. So profit per hour comes out to $57 per hour, which is, I think, pretty good, darn good, and a return on investment of 31%. So what do you think about this? Was this worth it? I think it was, and I guess that's really the only thing that's important. Will I do this again? I probably wouldn't do another 80s like this, but I would definitely buy another collection if it's the right situation, preferably graded cards. It makes it a lot easier. One thing I've learned is once I decided that I wanted to buy collections and resell them and try to make a profit, I was rushing. I was trying to make a deal on everything, and that's not the right way for me. I need to wait for the right one to appear, either via subscriber or like Facebook Marketplace or things like that. And I am looking at Facebook Marketplace, but I'm also being much more cautious on what I'm considering a good purchase. So you'll hear more about this tomorrow, or Monday, I guess. Today's Saturday. I will be on my bi-weekly show with Chris Sewell on his channel on Monday morning. He and I will be talking about this a little bit to some extent. So we'll talk about that. I'm sure he'll have some questions for me and he'll reconsider how I think about this in some ways. But yeah, I think this was a successful sale. And a lot of you said I wasn't going to make any money. Not a lot of you, but some of you certainly did. Said I wouldn't make any money, I would lose, and I would say this was quite a big success. Anyway, thanks very much for watching.